This is my opinionated review of Far Cry 5. Yes, it's been out for about a month, and I'm kind of late about it, but I had to wait for it to come out on Redbox because I wanted to see if I actually enjoyed it or not. Well, it's a great game. The graphics are amazing, the soundtrack is good, the voice acting is quite well done, the characters, the Seed family, are believable. And yes, you want to hate them. And you're like, oh. And Joseph Seed, he's a creepy guy. The actor does it well. I've actually seen the actual version of the person who played the actor. Looks just like the character. So that's well done too. The gameplay itself is solid. However, the AI can be a bit brain dead at times. When you want them to get into a vehicle, they kind of just sit there sometimes. Uh, if there's a fire spreading, they'll tell you there's a fire spreading, but they'll run into it. And fire kind of kills pretty damn quick. So you have to wait for the fire to die out before you can revive them, and by the time that they're kind of dead already, it kills quick. Speaking of fire, I don't know if it was an intentional thing or a bug, but fire spreads in nanoseconds. Not very realistic at all. I know fire spreads quickly, and it can, but not that quickly. From point A to point F in 2 seconds. It's like everywhere you go, there's a gigantic gust of wind that carries the fire all over the place. And it doesn't matter what you do, if you use a Molotov or flamethrower or whatever. So that kind of makes Sharky Boshaw a bit of a hassle to use and more of a pain in the ass than an actual help. I never use him at all because of that. So that kind of renders one character completely unusable, which is pretty bad for your guns for hire. But they also have characters like Cheeseburger, Peaches, and Boomer, Fangs for hire. They're fun to do, and they're good to use. Um, this game kind of plays out a little bit like Ghost Recon Wildlands, where you have to take down several underbosses to get to the main boss. However, unlike Recon Wildlands, in this one there's only 3 underbosses. And in Wildlands, there was a crap ton of underbosses. Areas. Yes, that was a drug cartel, and this is a little cult, big difference, but it's like Wildlands had a lot more in it. Yeah, in Far Cry 5 there is a lot to do, don't get me wrong. However, I feel like you can complete a region relatively quickly. Which it's like, okay, yeah, but at the same time, it goes both ways. And sometimes there are these scripted events in each region when you get a certain amount of resistance points. Without any spoilers, I won't really tell you what happens, but let's just say these random scripted events can be very irritating. Yes, they're supposed to happen, and in this open world, I don't know how else you could have gotten into these scripted events, but how they handle it is kind of, well, no other way to put it, crappy. Because you could be talking to somebody, you could be you could be driving, you could be in the middle of a firefight, you could be in the middle of just anything. And boom, you are snagged into this thing, this event, or sorry, the cutscene, and that can mess a few things up. I actually lost an entire mission in Jacob's region due to that. Excuse me. But yeah, I lost an entire mission in Jacob's region to that because of that scripted crap. That random scripted crap. So that's pretty messed up right there, that you can lose entire missions to that. Now, with all the good that Far Cry does and how much fun it is, I will not deny that it is a fun game and very hard to put down once I started. It can be incredibly infuriating when the game, a bug I experienced entirely broke the game. I heard about it happening to a YouTuber. However, my character didn't die for this to happen. It just did. I was in Faith Seed's region doing a mission for a character named Guy Marvel. Now, I don't really fucking know what else happens in that mission because all I got to do was talk to the Guy Marvel. He told me to go talk to his assistant. While talking to Guy Marvel, a truck alarm went off. So I thought, that must be part of the mission. Okay. Irritating, but okay. So he stops talking, and he says, go to my assistant. Okay, I do. I go over to his assistant, and he's standing right next to an assault rifle. So, sadly, this game prioritizes picking up a weapon over talking to an NPC. So I thought, maybe if I wait for him to move away from the assault rifle, I can talk to him. I did. He moved. I still couldn't talk to him. And so that bugged out. And I don't know if the truck alarm was part of the mission, but it caused the whole game to bug. I tried to blow up the truck. I tried to drive the truck. Couldn't do any of that. So it might be part of the mission. I don't know. However, once I quit that mission, because I got sick of it, I couldn't do anything. It was completely bugged out. I tried to go take out an outpost to the west of the said mission. I got to a certain amount and I got a kill screen. And what I mean by that is, when you die, you get this little screen in Faith region of a bunch of bliss flowers and a white tree sometimes, or a building. I got that. For no reason. My character didn't die. I didn't fall through the ground. My character just stopped, and that was the screen. And then I was back at that Guy Marvel mission. Like, okay, maybe I'll just try a different path. Same thing happened. So I tried going east instead of west. Same thing happened. My playthrough was in a bugged out loop. And that ties into the fact that Ubisoft did not put a reliable checkpoint system in Far Cry 5. You can save your game. Okay. However, there is no individual saved data. It is all just one big save, which is a huge problem because if one point is bugged, you're screwed. If one point is bugged that badly, you are completely screwed. So I had to start over, which pissed me off entirely. Pissed me off really badly. So, excuse me 1 second, sorry. Just waking up and doing this. But, so I had to start over, which sucks because it's a Redbox rental and you get 3 days to do it now, thankfully. Instead of just 1. But, so, I don't know if I'm going to be able to complete the game, but I decided to do the review anyway. So, I had to start over. I have on this playthrough, current one, I successfully finished Jacob's region with no bugs, thankfully. However, back in Faith's region again, I was hoping that maybe this time would be different. I kind of got kicked over to one of the main story missions because of a scripted Bliss event. I was doing something else and then got kicked over, which caused two of my guns for hire to become unavailable immediately, set on the cooldown timer, which was pretty irksome because I had a really good setup that I like. I had Jess Black and Herc, and well, they got put on a cooldown timer. So when I started this mission, it was about time for me to head to bed. So I paused the game and I turned my system off. And I've been able to do that countless times on this game, Far Cry 5, with no problems during missions. However, the current mission I was on to defend the Hope County Jail had a bug when I started again. I'm back in the area. I started back in the area where I woke up for some reason, even though when I saved and I paused and quit, I was in the outside area of the parking lot. I ended up back inside, and the doors were locked to get out. They were all locked. I could not get out. What gives? And there was no key around to unlock the doors. So I had to run around in circles for about a good 10 minutes. And then the doors magically unlocked. The mission was still going, so the progress of the wall was already halfway gone. Thankfully, the mission was easy, but that's still another bug. So as good as this game is, it's plagued with bugs. Mostly for me in Faith Seed's region. I've been over to John Seed's region as well. That tongue twister there. John Seed's region. There we go. And the worst bugs I encountered there were some dialogue, scenes of dialogue, actual cut scenes of dialogue, pardon me, that had no audio. So thankfully I had subtitles on so I could read they were doing, but no sound was coming out of their mouths. So it's what gives, I don't know. It's crap. I kind of wanted to hear what they're saying, not just read it. So that happened. But like I said, Far Cry 5 is not a bad game. It's just a really good game plagued with some bad bugs. And I've never played a Far Cry before. I was always kind of iffy on it. But then I watched a YouTuber play it. So I'm like, yeah, this does look really fun. And his playthrough had no bugs whatsoever. So I thought, maybe this game-breaking bug is pretty damn rare. Not rare enough. Because, well, I experienced it. That's shit. So, in my opinionated review of the gameplay that I've played for Far Cry 5, it's good, but like I said, played with bugs. The weapons are really decent. The main ones that are, well, of course, the best are the ones you get after killing the 3 underbosses. Like Jacob Seed. Jacob Seed. His weapon is very, very helpful. If you do play Far Cry 5, I would recommend going to Jacob Seed's region first. It's a pain in the ass, but it's very worth killing him and getting his unique weapon. It is no spoilers. It's a very powerful weapon. And actually pretty cool looking too. It helps. It helps a lot. Because in this game, enemies are bullet sponges. Just plain and simple. Thankfully, ammo is not hard to get. And neither is components to make things like your explosives. So that's not bad. Prepper stashes have a lot of these things in them. And you can find them off of enemies. And there are perk points to help obtain more of these things. So that's always a good thing. And that's done well. The perk system is done well. I will say that. But other than that, there's not much else to say about Far Cry 5. So, wrapping everything up, it would have been for me uh one of the best games I've played out of 2018 so far. Sadly, it's the only game I've played out of 2018 so far, but seeing all the other titles, this one for me, best. It's going to be one of the best this year, even though it's plagued with a bunch of bugs. Kind of sad. But I was gonna give it like, in the beginning I was like, oh wow, this is a damn amazing game. I was gonna give it like a 9.5, a 9, 9.75, maybe even a 10. I was iffy on giving it a perfect score. But now it's with all these bugs and all this crap happening in it. I'm giving it like a 7.95. Close to 8, but the bugs are really bad. To start your game, have to start your game all over from the very beginning. And you can't skip the cutscenes. You can skip dialogue when you're talking to characters. You can. Just not the main boss characters. You have to sit and listen through what they have to say. But you can skip the dialogue with everyone else. And the NPCs will react to that, which is kind of funny. But no, you can't skip through these cutscenes. So if you start over, you're forced to start over, you have to rewatch all this shit. And it's like, I just want to get through this. Excuse me. Throat's acting up. Sorry about that. I want to skip through this and sorry, I want to apologize. My allergies are killing me right now. It's just been a really weird season. But you want to get through the cutscene, but you have to sit through it again. And it loses that effect. First time playing, it's like, oh, jeez, damn, this is creepy. Second time, it's like, okay, I get it. Let's get through this, please. I want to get moving. So I don't know if you've completely successfully finished the game and then start another playthrough, will it be any different? I don't know, because it just seems like when you fully complete the game and if you want to start over, it erases all of your save data. So it's kind of why, you know. But again, my final score for Far Cry 5 for the Xbox One, PS4, and PC is a 7.95. It's above average. And it pains me to give it that score. But until they fix everything, if they do address these problems and fix it via updates and things like that, then yeah, better score. Definitely a 9.5 or 9.75. But as it stands right now, sadly, it's a 7.95 because of these horrendous game breaking bugs. So that is my review, my opinionated review of Far Cry 5. Thanks for watching.